Today we're going to be building on the most challenging terrain of the city, this hill. So I'm going to start out with the same staircase looking type thing. These buildings are 1x3s for the most part. They're by Smiley's on Steam Workshop. So you did the same thing with the emerging downtown pack. These buildings are just so nice. I had to use them. The thing is, when you're building on like steep terrain, you have to use like the narrower buildings so you don't get that blocky texture look. Whenever I'm building on a steep hill, I'm using a 1x4 or 1x3 building. It just makes it look really good. This process took so much time, having to do every single block by hand, making sure to add paths where I can, some stairs. And these buildings are a little narrower than the usual 1x1s. It takes a little more time to move them next to each other and then adjust the height of them. So this process took me about 4 hours total just for this little neighborhood. It's also important to add shops within the neighborhood. So I've got a few like streets where it's just like a row of shops, but then also I have them dispersed throughout the neighborhood just so people don't have to walk to like downtown to go shopping. It should be somewhere like close to shop so then you don't have to rely on a car to get everywhere. I'm trying to build what really makes sense. I was going for like a San Francisco type look. The big hills with the nice houses, it just looks so cool to me. And I've never really put this much effort into a city before. I've always just like zoned in and then saw what it was. If I didn't like the building, I'll delete it. Every once in a while I'll actually place one, but I've never like from the start just hand placed everything. It really changes this whole game. I don't really have to worry too much about the terrain, how ugly it's gonna look, because I can always just move everything closer together. It takes so much time for all this. So whenever like I build on flatland, I will be a lot more grateful for how much effort it takes. And it's nice to switch it up every once in a while too, just so it's not the same thing I'm building over and over. I also like to fit parks in whenever I can. So whether that's like the little tiny 2x3s or the larger block ones, it's just nice to give people somewhere to chill. I feel like a lot of cities, it's just buildings, parking lots, and there's not enough trees for people to chill out. There's no benches. They don't want anybody to sit anywhere because, oh, a homeless person might sit there. But then what that does is make outside hostile for everybody. And since you have 60-mile-per-hour pavement princesses and their giant ass trucks driving around, it just feels like there's nowhere safe for you to just chill in the city. I saw this video earlier talking about how like urbanists want to take away cars from people, and I think it's just like the biggest misunderstanding. Most people aren't trying to take away your ability to drive. They are trying to make it a better option to do anything else. We have built everything just assuming like, oh, you're gonna be driving, okay, cool. I want to take a bike, I want to take a bus and get there in a reasonable time. There should be no reason why a bus takes 20 minutes to get there and then you're sitting in traffic the whole time. Like, all that does is just make nobody want to take the bus, and then that's a waste of money. You have to actually invest in the transit for it to be useful. You can't just be like, oh, here's the bike lane and it's just the fucking shoulder of the road. Like, obviously it depends on the case, but like for the most part, that is so unsafe to everybody involved. Drivers don't feel comfortable whenever they pass you, so they like to just speed past you just to get around you quicker. And then as like a cyclist, it just feels like you're in the way of anything, dude. Like, you're in the shoulder of the road. That's where all the shit ends up, where all the broken side view mirrors, all that, any accidents happen, the debris, nobody cleans that up. They don't care. So you just gotta ride over that. You're more aware of everything else on the road than anybody else. Because half the time people are driving on their phone. Dude, I can't pick up my phone and start doing something while I'm on a bike or a scooter. Like, I'm locked in. I gotta see what's in front of me on the road. Is there some debris? Is there something that's gonna hit me? You gotta be careful. Overall, my point is that nobody is trying to take away your freedom from you to drive. We're just trying to make it easier for people to choose other options without putting themselves in risk. Like, most of the United States is just a car sewer. It's just a giant parking lot. So if you choose to do the other thing, it's way more dangerous for you. You got people who just like will actually try to run you off the road. I've heard this so many times where somebody's in the bike lane just minding their business and somebody is just so mad that they're not driving that they try to just swerve into them, take them off the road. I don't even understand it, because it's like, I'm not in your way. I'm not the one blocking you. Why are you mad at me? Ultimately, like, in my idea, we're not going to like install a whole bunch of like speed cameras and install this whole surveillance state of flock cameras and everything so that we can monitor when you're holding your phone to issue a ticket, do all that. No. Just like make it so we build things closer together, like stores next to each other, next to housing, denser housing around transit, and we can encourage people to walk around and build in parks, stuff like that. We don't have to live in the full surveillance state just for us to be safe. We can be safe by taking a few steps back and building somewhere for humans and not for cars. And I do think that this is one of the biggest issues in America. Like, think about all the things going wrong right now. Our health crisis, we don't have enough time outside. We don't spend enough time walking. The loneliness crisis, because people are holed up in fucking suburbs, dude. It's like a walking maze. You can't even walk out there. There ain't no trees either. Just like the lack of community in America, because we don't, you know, everybody says that we don't have third places, but I think it's just more than that. It's like we don't even, like, most of the time get the opportunity to run into people randomly, because it's like when you're driving, you're not making eye contact with anybody. I saw this thing about like how people used to greet each other. You don't even have to greet each other, just like acknowledge that somebody else exists, and it does so much for both of your mental health, because it's just like what humans crave, just to be like, hey, you're real, I'm real, cool. You ain't gotta say nothing. But when you're in a car, whole time you're pissed off that the person in front of you exists because they're in your way. And like, yeah, walking, you might be mad because somebody's a slow walker or whatever. Yeah, shit happens. But like, we weren't in control of like these big ass death vehicles that run people over. You just gotta like design streets that are safer so people will slow down naturally. And then here's the build, y'all. Thank you for watching. This took so much time with this whole process, so I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, and stay tuned for next episode, y'all. Have a good one.